Hello, my name is Charles Gooch, and thank you for being my judges today. So how I came up with this project is I previously did a project on the comparison of time needed for sutures to dissolve. During that time I wondered, does topical antibiotics affect the dissolving times of dissolvable sutures? That led me to my project, the effects of topical antibiotics on dissolvable sutures. Problem: what evidence indicates that topical antibiotic ointments affect the dissolvability rate of dissolvable sutures? Hypothesis: I believe that sutures treated with topical antibiotics would dissolve faster than sutures without topical antibiotics. Procedure: Step 1. Pour 100 milliliters of normal saline solution in plastic container. Step 2. Place sutured piece of simulated skin in container. Step 3. Cover sutures with 0.28 grams or 0.1 ounces of bacitracin antibiotic ointment. Step 4. Place lid on container and wait 24 hours. Step 5. After 24 hours, check sutures every 12 hours until dissolved. Step 6. Repeat steps 1 through 5 29 times. Step 7. Repeat steps 1 through 5 30 times with polybacitracin antibiotic ointment. And Step 8. Repeat steps 1 through 5 30 times with Neosporin antibiotic ointment. And Step 9. Repeat steps 1 through 5 30 times with no antibiotic ointment applied. As you can see here in my average graph, the comparison of average dissolving times for sutures with topical antibiotic ointment applied measured in hours. You can see my control, which is 819 hours, is light gray. My bacitracin, which is 328 hours, is blue, and my polybacitracin, which is 290 hours, is dark gray. And my neosporin, which is 329 hours, is light blue. As you see in my table, the comparison of time needed for sutures with topical antibiotic ointment in hours. As you can see, you can have all of my dissolving times for each of my trials. As you can see here in my trial graph, the comparison of dissolving times for sutures with topical antibiotic ointment applied measured in hours. As you can see here, we have the same color scheme as my average graph. Here are some pictures. To the far left, you can see me creating saline solution. To the middle, you can see me pouring 100 milliliters of saline solution as stated in my procedure in plastic containers. As you can see to the far right is a sample of recording. In the middle, we placed a letter, and the letter represents the antibiotic ointment that the trial is using. For instance, B was for bacitracin, P was for polybacitracin, N was for neosporin, and C was for control. We also recorded the month, the day, and the year, and we also recorded the time. Here are some more pictures. To the far left, you can see me creating saline solution. So saline solution is created by using distilled water and salt. You can use any type of salt, but I recommend kosher salt. As you can see, to the picture of the far right is an example of where I put my trials. So in each pan, we had 10 containers. And so we have 3 containers for each antibiotic ointment. Results. The results of my experiment testing the effect of topical antibiotics on dissolvable sutures, the control sutures with no ointment applied dissolved in an average of 819 hours. The sutures with neosporin dissolved in an average of 329 hours, and the sutures treated with bacitracin dissolved in an average of 328 hours. And the sutures with polybacitracin applied dissolved in an average of 290 hours. Conclusion. When testing topical antibiotics and their effect on chronic gut dissolvable sutures, the control sutures with no ointment applied took the longest to dissolve, needing 819 hours. The control took 490 hours longer than neosporin and also 490 hours longer than bacitracin, and 529 hours longer than polybacitracin antibiotic ointment. The sutures treated with neosporin ointment dissolved 59.8% faster than the control sutures, and the bacitracin treated sutures dissolved 59.9% faster than the control, and the polybacitracin treated sutures dissolved 64.6% faster than the control group. Therefore, my hypothesis was proven correct. As a Christian, I believe God's word applies to all things. If you would like to hear my Bible verse, then you may stay on. If you would not like to hear my Bible verse, this is the end of my project. Bible verse. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalms 147:3. Even though sutures and topical antibiotics aid in the medical field greatly, God aids in that healing too, because God is the great physician. Thanks for watching.